Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This is of a 2010 romantic dramedy starring Anne Hathaway and Jake Gyllenhaal. I know Roadhouse just came out, but I'm not seeing that. I'd rather see this. Love and Other Drugs. Yes, these two beautiful people are in love, and I want to see it. It's an hour and 52 minutes, so let's get it started. It's about the same running time as Ghostbusters, which I enjoyed, and I'm not apologizing for it. I don't care what you guys say. That movie was not the worst of the year, not even close. It won't even be one of the worst sequels of 2024. That belonged to Twisters because nobody cares about that. A sequel without the two leads from the last one, yeah, it's going to fail. 1996, when I was 11. Fox 2000 Pictures. Edward Zwick directing. Independence Day, I remember that. See, he's a salesman. Anne Hathaway is beautiful, but Hank Azaria is in this movie. Josh Gad, yes. There's a scene I don't like that he's in, but Gabriel Mott. There she is. There's Nikki DeLoach. She's a Hallmark actress now, but she did back in 2010. She did a cameo. Judy Greer. And Jake Gyllenhaal's always been a good actor, even when he was a kid in the 90s. Jay Clayburgh, yeah, rest in peace, by the way. Catherine Winnick's in this movie. Yeah, there's a lot of this activity in the movie. James Newton Howard, he did the music. He did the Hunger Games music in the first one. She's so lovely. It's his charisma. Uh-oh. Watch, the guy answers the phone and there's like, oh, yeah, baby. Man, he busted him open. He busted his nose. Yes, this is an R-rated film. This is not a PG-13. Amber. Yes, she does. There's a reason he would. There's a reason why he was cast as Mysterio. Yeah, in the second Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. He's such a good actor. He knows how to be charming and he knows how to fool you. Unlike some people on the internet. George Siegel, yeah, rest in peace, man. I miss you too. There's some dead people in this movie. There's Josh Gad before he was the Snowman. This is him. Yeah, this is before he was Mysterio. Like 9 years before. There he is, Olaf. Yeah, it's a good actor too. A good voice actor. Good. Yeah, he is rich now. He is rich. He was a very rich man. Disney made him a star. Before that, he was doing comedies and dramas like this, dramedies. I really miss George Siegel. Yeah, he was the grandfather in the Goldbergs. I need some water. You get it? Jews like to talk a lot. Yes, because unlike some people, I'm not a coward. I will say what I want when I want on the internet, and I'm not going to get penalized for it. Nobody can cancel me because if I get canceled here, I'll go somewhere else. Twitch is always looking for people too. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Of course, because he was screwing a woman on the site instead of doing. It's a good actor, Jake Gyllenhaal. It's not his fault that Roadhouse they have to cast him as the lead, and then you have a Conor McGregor who's not an actor acting. Who's I'm sorry, you can't act. Everybody in Ghostbusters at Frozen Fever, at Frozen Empire, excuse me, except for the British guy, are good actors. All of them, except for that worthless Binto that's like, uh, yeah, no thanks. Good acting. This was overlooked at the Oscars in 2010. Hmm. Because this is the kind of movie that the Oscars love. It's got a ensemble cast. It's almost 2 hours, and it's very dramatic. I miss her too. Hmm. Yeah, you are missed, Jill Clayburgh. You were a legendary, beautiful actress from the '70s. Pfizer. Mhm. That's Pfizer is the one that gave me the COVID vaccine. Yes, the Macarena. Mm-hmm. No. That song was everywhere in the '90s. The Macarena. Mm. Why is it in this movie? I don't know. There's nobody Spanish in this movie. I don't have. I don't have depression. The winter's over. That song is so. I know. I remember those Zoloft commercials back then in the '90s. I'm not depressed anymore. I don't know why that song was in Hotel Transylvania 3. It wasn't needed. We get it. It was a very trendy Spanish song in 1993, but it's not. It's just stupid. It's like it's just a song so you can touch yourself, and I don't mean sexually. I mean this movie's like it's like Wolf of Wall Street except an hour shorter. See, Scorsese, you don't need to make a movie 3 hours for people to get people's attention. You don't. His early work, like Mean Streets, is under 2 hours. That's perfect. You don't need to be long to be entertaining. Oh, thank God that music is over. We're only about 9 minutes in. And did I mention that half of the women in this movie are gorgeous? Yes, I can say that with pride. And look, it's the girl that looks like she looks like Elizabeth Olsen. Yes, Josh, the girl from Civil War that has a cameo in that. She looks just like Elizabeth Olsen. This Oliver Platt, yeah, good actor too. I stepped in the beam. Sean looks like him, just like actor Oliver Platt. I stepped in the beam. Pfizer. Yeah, I know. They saved my life. They're the ones that gave me the Pfizer shot. The vaccine for COVID that saved my life in 2022. If not, I would be dead right now. Yes, it did. It did. Thank you, Pfizer, for saving my life. Because I don't want to be. I want to be on this earth for a long, long time, bro. Why? I have a lot of movies to see in the theater, not just at home. In April, I'll see Knuckles. That's a TV show on Paramount Plus I want to see, and I'm looking forward to it. I know Josh was like, "Oh, your bias is going to get in. You're going to hate Idris Elba." I liked him in the Sonic sequel because it's a role he doesn't have to be seen on screen. It's just his voice. That's it. Destroyed and all that. It's fine. His voice fits Knuckles. Knuckles is not even a main character. He's a side character that got his own show. Yep, it is raining today. That's why I'm staying home doing a podcast. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I saw it on cable years ago, and I was like, "Ah, this is charming. I like the two leads." Yeah, like I said, this is this is Wolf of Wall Street in a way, just a lot shorter, and they don't have to say the F word every 2 seconds. Again, Scorsese, less is more. Beautiful. Oh my God, these women. You beautiful Canadian. Yeah. Next thing you know, Josh is gonna think like, "Oh, you want to bang every girl in the loud house?" No, just the ones that are adults. I'm not sick. Okay. The one thing I'm not, ADHD doesn't mean I'm sick. It just means that you got to get my attention quick, and if you don't, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Doesn't mean that I'm into children. I'm not. I love kids, but I'm not attracted to them, male or female. Sorry, I'm not sick. I want to have kids one day, not get arrested. Krispy Kreme donuts, yeah. Good morning, John. What's up, heterosexual guy? This movie is better than The Town, which came out the same year. Yeah, and it's shorter. And unlike Scorsese's films, which all of them have been overly long since 2000, whatever, 2011, every movie he does is too long. This movie is long enough. It's a little long, but it's not 2 hours long, and it gets to the point. Again, this was this was 10. There's Hank Azaria. And this film was 10 years before COVID hit. So, wow, he kissed a black woman. No, somebody call the cops. Yeah, I'm not a Karen, guys. I'm going to kiss a black woman and show it. And then Josh is going to be like, no, yes, that's my type. You're Jewish, Jake Gyllenhaal. You're already there. Yes, there's some Scorsese contact dialogue in this movie. Who wrote this movie? Edward Zwick, Charles Randolph, and Marshall Hersowitz. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good actor. He's basically the Jewish Toby Maguire, and his sister is beautiful, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Mwah. It's funny because they both did comic book movies, but and both, yes, The Dark Knight and Far From Home made $1 billion. How did that happen? People were interested, and it was a long sequel. Both sequels are over 2 hours long, but people were invested. It's why Frozen Empire is going to make money, because people, the audience, was invested. I saw them buying Slimers in the theater, and Proton and the Ghost Trap. It was a replica in the theater, and the audience score was 85%. That means we like the film. We don't have to apologize for it. Sometimes I want to see something dumb in the big screen, just something fun, dumb, and lighthearted. It could be a little dark, but it's not like a drama. I don't want a 2 hour drama. Prozac. I don't need it. I'm fine. Yep, he took them. That would be illegal. Judy Greer, another gorgeous girl. Yeah, she was in Ant-Man. I've always liked Paul Rudd since Ant-Man, Clueless. He's just a good actor. He's fun to watch, no matter what he does. Even in a drama, he's a good actor. Let's see, Spidey. I would love for Anne Hathaway to do a Comic Con. Oh, I would love it. I would jump over barricades just to meet that gorgeous, princess from Princess Diaries. Yeah, some people didn't take her seriously, and yet she won an Oscar for a really serious role in Les Mis, and she was just singing, and it really was her singing voice. But she can act. Every woman in this movie bangs him. That is sweet that he's giving some women. He's giving some women, some flowers. I make women feel special. I'm not a predator. Catherine Winnick is a beautiful woman. We're almost 20 minutes in, yeah. Anne Hathaway comes about 30 minutes into the movie, so we're almost there. Again, I'm not depressed. He really is a Mysterio. Like, he has a way of convincing people, just like he did with Peter Parker. That's why I knew who was the villain. If people were going into Far From Home and didn't know Mysterio's the villain, I'm like, I saw him in the cartoon, guys, and I know in the comics he's a villain. They didn't make him an anti-hero like they did with every other Spider-Man villain, like Venom and Morbius and all. They're villains. They are villains. They want to cause harm. They are bad people. Yeah, they're not good people. They're supposed to be villains. Yeah, she's supposed to be sick in this movie. You see her beautiful body. Let's watch this. She comes about 20 minutes in, almost 30 minutes. Hello, you gorgeous creature. Mm, I thought she had cancer. No, it's What a cutie. I don't want to shake like that. Parkinson's, Michael J. Fox has that. She's so pale, but she's a beautiful girl and has that dark hair. And yes, I know she was a minor in the Princess Diary. She was not even. I think she was like 16 when she did that, but she's an adult now. Cash. And it's a performance because if she had Parkinson's, she'd be doing this. She'd be like shaking a lot, and she doesn't really do that much. Yep, let's have a look, please. It really is her. Yeah. Oh, how. Oh my God. Mm. Yes, Jake, that is her boob, and it's. Mwah. Don't worry, YouTube is not going to demonetize me because you don't see nothing. I can though. Again, the female anatomy is beautiful, guys. It's a work of art. It's more like she has anger issues. And unlike accidental love, this actually works, Josh. She took a picture of him. Who has a camera like that at random? That's weird. No, he's just a heterosexual man like me. We want to get as much as we can get, and we will take anything. It's not like in Ghostbusters. There's a sexy scene. There isn't one. No, you have Carrie Coon. She doesn't wear a dress this time, and you have McKenna, who's covered, so don't worry. And you have Annie Potts, who's much older, etc. There's nothing sexy in this movie, but this one, yeah. Sophia's birthday is on Tuesday, so I got to post pictures of her next Tuesday. I will never apologize for being heterosexual. So when Pride Month comes and I'm not celebrating it, you know why? I'm not one of those people. No, he's cute. It sounds like Olaf in an R-rated movie. He's got a cute voice. They got him because Jonah Hill was too busy doing 21 Jump Street. He was losing weight so he could do that. I just did Frozen a few days ago. Why? You're Jewish. You're supposed to hug and kiss all the time. Is that is that the N64 yet? Yes, it is. She's smoking weed, which is legal now. Don't hurt that face, Jake Gyllenhaal. He has to do two more Frozen sequels. Again, nothing is original anymore. Everything that makes money is usually an idea we've seen before. Even Beekeeper is a good movie. But I mean, granted, a beekeeper fighting people, that's kind of original, but it's not like I've never seen this before. I've seen a lot of David Ayer's films. Yeah. Street Kings and all that. I saw it. It's R rated and it's hardcore. Look at her feet. Those are nice. Man, he makes so much noise. He's fun. This is not a Disney movie, yeah. Well, you are the two leads on the front cover, so the movie can't lie. It's more like she has like depression than Parkinson, because Parkinson's patients don't act like this. Hey, I guess. Well, Josh, you're here. We're 26 minutes in, and this is not a movie if you're overly sensitive, because this has a lot of sexual contact and also a lot of heterosexuality. I, mm. This is like Tomcats, except it's not a gross out comedy. She has the most beautiful dark hair. And I would love to see her in the MCU. Why not? We saw her in Alice in Wonderland. She did that the same year as this, and she was beautiful. She had this beautiful white powder makeup on her face, and she was doing this. And I'm like, she knows how to get into character. These two are Oscar nominated actors, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, he had to literally be gay to get an Oscar in a movie. Yeah. I didn't see it because I'm not gay. I told you guys that. I'm not, I can't quit you. I don't know how to quit you. Again, good acting, not the subject matter for me, especially when it's with two guys. That is not for me. Clyde's family, not for me in the Loud House or the Really Loud House. Are you all getting ready to sit here and just and say I'm sensitive to that? No, it's just that this is a movie with a woman and you're going to see a lot of her. I'm attracted to women. I have to explain myself. No, you don't have to explain yourself, Josh. I literally have a guy here called Heterosexual Guy, which is a perfect name because I know exactly what he is. No, no, no labels. This is not about labels. This is about being who you are, without apologizing for it. If I want to do this to her, to her, her bosom, I can do that because guess what? I know she's married. I know it, but she's a beautiful girl. I'm not going to pretend that she's not. And her voice is so soothing. And unlike those toxic movies like After, this movie has a plot. And the attraction is genuine. It's not like, oh, it comes out of nowhere. He doesn't kidnap her. There it is. Yeah, oh, now she's shaking. Human beings are very sexual in nature. Yep. This is like the scene in Basic Instinct, except a lot shorter. Wow, that was very physical. Again, human beings are very sexual. I know if you're not, then you're asexual or you're Amish. But heterosexual human beings are attracted to each other. That's not something that like comes out of nowhere. Oh, and you are a beautiful girl, and you get to see enough of her in the movie without it being exploitive. See, you can do that. When McKenna's 21, she's going to do scenes like this, and it's not going to make me feel weird because, again, by the time she's 21 in 3 years, It's not going to be, oh, look, she's a grown woman now. She could do that. Marseille's going to be 21 this year. Wait, no, 20. Her and Sophia Woodard are going to be 20. That's good enough. That's a nice pose, man. It's been a while since I've seen a movie like this. And it's International Women's Month. I had to see something. I had to. Any movie that is willing enough to put a woman out there and not explain. I mean, Margot Robbie, all she did before Barbie was strip down. That's all. She did nothing else. There it is again. Mm. And unlike 50 Shades, he's not bonding her or gagging her or any of that or hitting her with a paddle. I don't need to see anything like that. That'll ruin me. That's not showing women in a positive light for us guys. Yes, sir. Yes, I know. I am. Yeah. There's nothing to be ashamed of, Ann. We all saw it. You're never gonna see that in Frozen. You're not gonna see Elsa do this. Why? Because if Disney does that, they'll get a ton of complaints and lawsuits and, oh, how dare you expose my children to an animated girl? I'm like, again, Elsa's a beautiful girl. From a man's perspective, and this beautiful animation that they do for us, Elsa's one of the most gorgeous, animated characters I've ever seen, especially on the big screen, because they don't hide that she's female. That never in both Frozen movies she strips down a little bit and gets a gown, and yeah, again, feminine. Oh, that back of her is nice, and I would massage it. Yeah, even in the Dark Knight Rises, we didn't see much of her. I mean, yeah, we see her in leather, and that's nice, but here I'm like, yeah, Nolan wouldn't show her because I'm like, you can't show the woman body. I'm like, why? What is there to hide? There's nothing to hide. I mean, this is not a porn. It's an adult R-rated comic dramedy, and that's fine. With people in touch with their sexuality and are comfortable in their bodies, that's fine. That is just fine. Mm, mm. She's so beautiful, man. Don't cut your hair, Anne, because your hair is golden. It's like when I saw Captain Newton. When I saw her clothed at Comic Con, I couldn't move because I can't believe it. That's nice. She's so brave. Yes, sir. I'm the only person on YouTube who has the guts to do a movie like this. Why? Because again, I don't care what the subject matter is. If I play my cards right, I can do it. Oh, a gut punch. I would love to meet Anna Hathaway. Yeah, in any Comic Con. Oh, that was a nice punch. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, punching someone, you got to do it right, or you could hurt your hand. Yeah, this guy was a hobo, and he took Prozac to calm down. I don't take drugs, guys. I told you that. I only take prescriptions if I'm sick. I wish I was there right now. I'm sick of the rain and the cold weather. It's well shot too. This director, what else has he done? Um, uh, Edward Zwick. Let me see what else he's done. I think I've heard of him. Chinese food. He's 71. Wow, he's old. Oh, he did the last Jack Reacher movie. Yeah, Blood Diamond. He's some long movies. Wow, I didn't know he was that old. I thought he was like 50 maybe. So when he did this movie, he was like in his 50s. Yeah, he's in a pre-production of a show called The Suck. Yeah, he took a little break from directing films. He did like Trial by Fire, and then he stuck with TV during the pandemic. I get why. It's not creeping when I have my eyes open. I don't do these podcasts with my eyes closed because then what am I supposed to look at? Mm, mm-hmm, mm. Yes, their backs all right. That's what uh, that's what Bob Hoskins died from Parkinson's. Yeah, I miss him a lot. I have seen this movie once, but I haven't gone back to this since I know what I'm attracted to. I had to rewatch it, Josh. I needed to see something under 2 hours that's not a gross out comedy. I'm gonna find some movie if it kills me. It's not gonna kill you, Josh. Trust me. The only thing that'll kill you is a car or a gun or something, and you don't live in a crime ridden city like I do. Yeah, I'm safe because I know when to go out and when to stay home, and with my door locked. You should pet her hair. She's 41 now. Wow. She got married 2 years after this movie in 2012. That's fine. A lot of these married actresses get hit on by lots of guys. You wouldn't believe how many people met Karen last year and were like all over her. They were like putting their arm around her or whatever. She has that long hair. She should have been a Harley Quinn. I think she would have been a good Harley Quinn, even though she's not a blonde. It's a great Catwoman. I could say that a lot better than Halle Berry. I don't have to make permission. I don't have to have permission from YouTube to do a podcast. If I have a movie that's not an adult film, I can do it. Because what am I supposed to say about that? Hmm. Yeah, we have not seen this in the MCU. The last time we saw a scene like this in a Marvel movie was Deadpool. And Deadpool 3 is coming out soon, so I am hoping for the best here. Who knows? Jennifer Garner could do this. Why not? She's still rocking because she's coming back as Elektra. And Josh is like, oh, he's just gonna make fun of her. We already know her movie sucked, so there's nothing that he can tell me that. Disney's gonna get the axe. They're gonna get the 1-2 punch of Deadpool and Wolverine for making bad movies in the MCU and making bad TV shows and making bad Star Wars films and making bad decisions. Yeah, they're gonna get the axe, Josh. So if you don't want a Disney bashing for 2 hours, then don't see Deadpool and Wolverine. I am. I need to. Marvel is in my blood. He's eating cornflakes, but it's not the Kellogg's cornflakes because cornflakes are for kids. That was hilarious. Cornflakes are not for kids. They're kind of boring. Anne Hathaway can act, sing, and she's beautiful. So she's a triple threat. And look at those amazing legs. I know. I keep complimenting her. It is International Women's Month. I'm going to mention their parts because Barbie ain't got nothing like this. She's not going to be bullied. They do have a cute chemistry here, and it's something that I had to see. There's a woman in it, and she shows a lot, so that counts. Because Hollywood's not going to give me anything. The next couple of films I'm seeing don't have barely any skin. You got Godzilla X Kong, which doesn't have any women I'm interested in. You got Furiosa. She's mostly going to be in the desert, so you're not going to see much. And you have the re-release of Star Wars and Bad Boys. Maybe there'll be something. I don't know. Oof. Pop Tarts. It's not Pop Tarts. So it's basically a dessert for breakfast. It's not really a food, for nourishment. If she had Parkinson's, she wouldn't even be moving. She'd be like doing this a lot, and they don't do it. I guess because they wanted to do it in a subtle way without it being painfully obvious. It's like when they do characters that have autism. Again, they have to be do like they have to be like, their bloodshot eyes and constantly moving and just grabbing their head like this. I don't do that. Also, Naya will be 20. Yeah, yeah, I can see a movie like this in the theater. I'm old enough. I mean, when this movie came out in 2010, I was in my 20s. It's weird to see Olaf the cuss in this movie, but again, this is not a G-rated or PG-rated Disney movie. Yeah, it's way shorter than that. I bet you got to see Wolf of Wall Street. I didn't because it's too long. It's almost 3 hours. You know, some women take Viagra too, right? Yes, you do. You're married, Josh Gad. He's like Jack Black, except less crazy. 'Cause Jack Black is very loud, and he has a Santa Claus beard now. That's not for me. I love his voice as Bowser, but his look is really weird. I don't want a beard like that. I don't want any facial hair. If I have to grow a mustache, I'll do that for Comic Con when I'm Mario. That's it, though. Just a mustache. The beard has to go. The beard and there's no Brits in this movie, which is a huge plus. That is a huge relief after seeing Ghostbusters. You want to complain about something? Complain about that guy. He does nothing in the movie. Lars could have been cut. That's a Star Wars character, not lame. Owen Lars and all that. Yeah, they're Lars. Yes, you can. People like to be angry all the time. Yeah, calm down, guys. I know. We're almost an hour in. Yep, he got slapped. Hmm. A lot of drinking in the movie too. Also, I didn't know Juliana is in the movie. It's a cameo. She's. I still prefer Elizabeth, of course, but she's going to do a movie like this, Josh. We already know that. Be against a movie like this. I mean, she kind of did that with the remake of Old Boy. My emotions, including anger, scares me. Yeah, you shouldn't be angry all the time, Josh. It's just a freaking YouTube video. That's it. That's all I put. It was 10 minutes long, and I got to the point. I didn't take an hour to say this movie's the worst of the franchise. No, anything is better than the remake. Anything, for crying out loud, anything. The remake insulted men, and it was not funny, and it was over 2 hours long with bad effects, bad jokes, and the women never were Ghostbusters again. At least Afterlife got a sequel. That's more than I could say for some other films. I do. No, it's the second time. Catherine Winnick. Catherine Winnick was also rejected him in the beginning of the film. 6. That's way too much. I did. I didn't see your review because I haven't seen this movie. Well, good. Wait, because if you're gonna outburst so for every little thing, I don't need to hear it. I got anger because I thought you were trying to hook me up with Kendall. Why would I do that, Josh? If I know that you anybody under 18 you're threatened by, even though she's gonna be 18 in 3 months, not 3 years, 3 months. That's a line in the movie. In 3 years you'll be 18. No, the actress will be 18 in June. I looked it up. This isn't Lisa Loud from Really Loud House who's 12. She won't be legal for like a couple more years by the time I'm in my 40s. And again, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a child. I'm looking for a woman. Thank you. Not a child. I don't want to be in the same prison with Danny Masterson and Jonathan Majors or anything because I'm not sick. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not sick. The soundtrack is good in the movie too. I like the soundtrack. Eat some of this so I can be nourished. Man, it's hot up here. She works with old people. And Anne Hathaway isn't sick. She's a very healthy woman. Look at that face. So expressive. She could say so much without even saying a word. Why would I want to introduce a girl to my parents? I'm almost 40. I don't care what anybody thinks. I want to be with a girl of my dreams, and I don't need permission for it. I'm not a kid anymore. If I'm happy with her, it's fine. I don't need anybody's permission except hers. Some girls don't have parents. They have like aunts and uncles or a cousin. Yep, she's quivering. Let's sir hammer it. Yeah, that won't get annoying. There it is. The soundtrack is banging, man. I don't need Viagra. I'm perfectly normal. You know what that is? I know. I don't need it. I'm fine. Hey, Conan O'Brien. Yep, this is real footage. Pfizer, exactly. They saved my life, Josh. So I owe them. I owe them. The debt that I owe them would not be paid in with money. But yeah, all the guys want it. Could have beautiful stockings. We're almost an hour in. Look at her underwear in this, Josh. Again, Karen has done similar scenes like this in movies that people have never heard of. hmm There it goes. Close the door. Yeah, the secrets of personal psyche. Wow. He's using a video camera. You saw the video cameras in black and white. We know you're an artist. This isn't Oppenheimer. This movie's an hour shorter. hmm I'm getting hot. I'm gonna have to take this off. Don't worry, you're not gonna see anything else. Just so hot in here. Ugh. It's so humid outside. That's why. That's much better. You have seen Karen do similar scenes, yeah, and her hair covers her bosoms. But one day we're gonna see it all because she's not in the MCU anymore. I think she's gonna let it all show with Elizabeth. I can see this in with Caitlin. No, definitely with Caitlin. With Booksmart, we didn't get enough because it's a coming of age story. So that one they don't usually show much, but we saw a lot. I called her my cinematic wife for a reason, Josh. You saw they take baths together. That's usually what married couples do. It's funny because they were in Brokeback Mountain together, but they were not. Um, the romance wasn't about them, unfortunately. Yeah, beautiful creature. The camera loves her. A country song. Hmm. Ah, we're an hour in. We're almost done. We got about 50 minutes left or 45 minutes. It depends. And there's no post credit scene. Yeah, there's one post credit scene in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So if you see it, it's kind of a joke, but it's not like, she doesn't have to be picked on them because you don't have to have enormous bosoms to prove that you're a girl. You could. He's a good actor, good looking guy, from my perspective, anyway. This this doesn't take place in 2010 because he has a one of those flipper phones. That's nice for her to for her to say. Hey, if Tim Burton can make her beautiful, anybody can, and I mean anybody. Because in Les Mis, she has to cut her hair to sell it. Look at guy like. If I do rewatch this, I could review it. Scenes are beautiful to me, honestly. So Karen, yeah, like Lisa Loud. She's the one with the lisp. She does everything for science. Yeah, she has a lisp like Daffy Duck or Sylvester, but it's cute. It's a quirk that they give her, so she sounds different from the other Loud girls. But Laurie's my favorite. She's the oldest, and she's the oldest actress on the show when she shows up. I mean, she was in the last episode. I liked it. It was about Zia. Clyde was jealous of her because he's like, oh, she's getting all the attention. They're going to be the new Loud, and I was like, yeah, but it's heartfelt. You feel for the characters. Yeah, kisses. I like kisses. Hmm. Yeah, that happened to me when I when I saw the when I saw the Avengers. My heart was vibrating. It was like, well, I had a lot of soda, so yeah, I know. Is that why you started shaking? Was he having a panic attack? She's she's so wonderful. Again, a lot of people do. The Academy loves her. Her husband loves her. Her kids love her, and her fans love her very much. Trust me, these actresses, they go to these conventions and they meet people, and they're treated like queens, guys. Most of them, except for Mercedes Renardo. That guy that gave her that stupid question, and I did see her. That was her at Comic Con last year in New York, and he was being an idiot. I'm like, oh, I read on the internet that why you left the WWE. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't ask women that. Just say that you're beautiful. Give her a compliment. Say I'm proud of what you've done. Say something nice. It pays off. He was watching them. Get it? I didn't know you were coming home. Yeah, there's not really a lot of laughs in the movie. It's more dramatic, but it's got a couple of zingers in there. Okay, this is kind of funny. I also used to give them drawings. Girls are treated like like conventions like Brie back in 2017. But no, even if Brie came this year, she's not going to get stoned, guys. Yeah, that's one of the most violent scenes. It was so violent they had to cut away. They had to use shadows because I'm surprised they didn't get any Oscar nominations. Not even for the soundtrack or the script or whatever. Because instead, 127 Hours got the Oscar. Well, James Franco got a nomination. It was a good performance. It's really heartfelt, but it's depressing, man. He gets his hand stuck in the rock and is there for so many days. I couldn't handle an hour being stuck in a rock, guys. Imagine 127 hours. Almost I think that's a week, right? Let me see. 127 hours and days is about 5.5 days. Wow. That's a lot of time to be stuck in a rock. He would have been dead under graver circumstances. If he wasn't in the mountains and it wasn't raining or anything, he would have died. Honestly. That's why I don't go up in the mountains and put my hands in things that I could get stuck in. The X-Men cartoon is good. I'm gonna review it in May. The X-Men 97 is a really good cartoon. People are just complaining because they want to complain about everything. Why don't you get off your high horse and enjoy something for once? Remember when people enjoyed stuff and didn't complain all the time on the internet? Yeah, in the 80s and the 90s, the early 90s, it didn't have to be, oh, let's see the next movie I can or show I can hate watch. No, stop being so negative, people. If that was the case, these podcasts wouldn't be as entertaining as they are. I'm being real here. I'm not trying to. He's going to inject him. This didn't get Oscar love because of the sexual nature. Again, Josh, remember The Wolf of Wall Street? That has a lot of sexual content in it. It almost got an NC-17 just because of that. Because Margot Robbie has to put cocaine on her bottom. Again, I don't see movies for her. The mixed reviews this had, but the subject matter doesn't always bother me. I just saw the first X-Men. It's good. Morph is non-binary. Who cares? I never liked him in the comics or in the 90s cartoon. I was not a fan of that character, so making him non-binary means nothing. He barely gets screen time anyway. What happened in the last episode is a question, though. what happened. Is this Jean Grey real or is it a clone? I don't know. We'll get to that. I'm not going to spoil anything. I really enjoy this because it's a continuation of one of the best '90s Marvel cartoons. Hmm. That cartoon had to compete with Batman the Animated Series, and trust me, back then TV ratings were everything. Now everything is streamed. So, oh, your beautiful hair. Ouch. The vodka. The nature is not the problem with the movie. It's not. It's a little long. Like I said, it could have been 10 minutes shorter. An hour and 40 minutes. We get the picture. But it doesn't bother me. It's not. It's not 2 hours. It's not 2.5 hours or 3 hours like a Scorsese movie. You can make things shorter. I love a woman's hair so much. I got to pet hair a couple of times. Yeah, and I appreciate a superhero show that's animated that's not incredibly violent. Sometimes I want to see something lighter, guys, without gore spilling every 2 seconds. I get it. Invincible's a violent show. Got it. But I wanted to take a break. I can finish it in the spring because your performance is good here. It's not pity. Well, you are a girl, so and believe me, I've been through this in my life. I'm just not going to say much. At least it's not a downbeat ending like Fault in Our Stars. Again, it's a good performance that was overlooked. Not everybody has to be gay or of certain race or a evil person to be nominated for an Oscar. We already know Dune's going to get a bunch of them, Josh. That goes without saying. There is no way that movie's going to get overlooked. It's going to get like 10 nominations next year. I can see it. I told you I have a sixth sense. I can see things before they happen. Dune is going to get a ton of Oscar nominations. Dune Part Two. It's unconventional. Living with ADHD was not easy for me. Trust me. They try to put me on Ritalin. I don't want to take a drug. I don't want to be like this. I want to be active and animated and alive. Yeah, I don't do that. Smiling. Yeah, when I go to Comic Con, I can handle it, especially since I have a phone now. I didn't have a phone last year. I got to live with this. It's what I have. I just got to keep going. That's why I cry so much. What do you think? I like the attention, and also I'm expressing myself. Not a lot of guys crying on YouTube. You know why? They think, oh, if I cry, it makes me look weak. No, it doesn't. It shows that you have a beating heart, and it shows that you have emotions up there, like an Inside Out. You think that was just a movie? No, emotions are real, people. And these actors are not really Parkinson victims. Yeah, I wish there was a cure for that, cancer, and lupus. It is. The cast being good. I never been rejected or broken up with a girl because I never dated. I have to. Thanks. I want a healthy woman. I want a Caitlyn Deaver. No, me neither. I don't. I don't want to date some. I don't want to date a diabetic or somebody that's mentally ill, like like that has Down syndrome or something. No, I want a girl that's completely normal, physically and mentally, and etc. That has all their parts, and I'm missing body parts or anything. I know what I want. I know. How much battery power do I have left? 69%. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. It reminds me. It reminds me of the scenes in Deadpool. Remember when he gets sick and then she's by his side? Yeah, that's real care when you care about somebody so much, even after they get ill. I have my conditions in terms of my mental health, but I can comprehend. That's why I don't want to get hit in the head a lot because I don't want to get Parkinson's or some other disorder. Hmm. I gotta. Mhm. Ah, push this back a little bit. Put this forward. That's much better. This is not as rewatchable as other films, but I wanted to watch it again. There's the awesome soundtrack, and try to surprise you with a white girl I date. Yeah, so will I. Snow. We're an hour and 23 minutes in. Massachusetts General Hospital. At least it's not a downbeat ending because I know the if she died in the movie, it would have just bummed me out. It's like a walk to remember. I hated the movie because of the stupid ending. Because they get married and then the next scene she's dead. It bums me out. The acting is really good in the film. I remember Walk to Remember. I enjoyed it. The ending was sad. Yeah, I don't want to be sad. This ending is not a happy ending. It's like mid for me. It's hard to sleep. Yeah, in that and when they that you've had a breakup. With that snowfall. Didn't get a lot of that this year so far. Missed. No, he doesn't. Josh Gad is plus size and went for it here as far as skin showing. It shows that it can't be done in a classic way. Yeah, it's not gratuitous. It's part of the plot. I don't want to see dramas on my channel. I want to see something that could be more serious, but also can be funny. It's almost 12 o'clock. Yeah, the day's going slow because it's a Saturday. That's why I wanted to do a long film. Hey, Electric Dino, you made it. We're almost done with the movie. We're in the third act. I know I did it early, but I had to because the movie's long. It's almost 2 hours. After Winnick is beautiful here. I know. That's beautiful hair. Yeah, I don't think that was necessary. She's from Taiwan or from Thailand. She has dark skin too. Yeah, maybe Olaf will get a girlfriend. We don't know. He is a man. He has a man's voice. He probably has a hard on for like 4 hours. Ouch. Don't worry, they don't show it. They can't. Yes, his name is Josh. Yes. Yeah, I didn't need to see Josh Gad's back. So yeah, thank God it was a short scene. It's not rare. Well, you would do Frozen. Ow! Ouch. Yeah, again, they don't show it because it's not this will get an NC-17 if they show Jake Gyllenhaal's package. Yeah. Hmm. That's right. Smile, redhead. Smile. Mm. Yeah, never slap it. It hurts. It's almost over. There she is. Yeah. Anne has to say goodbye at the end. It's an intriguing movie. I really enjoy it. Audiences did. The critics didn't because they're like, oh, it's cliche. We've seen this before. It's Oscar bait. It's this and that. I don't think it's that bad. The acting's really good and the writing is mostly sound. And it's not a gross out comedy like some other movies I've seen this year or last year. Oof. Some of them just go overboard. They can't tell a joke. They have to just be nasty all the time. Another good song in the movie. She has the most amazing smile. Yeah, Jill Clayburgh and George Siegel are only cameos. They're not in the film anymore because Clayburgh was this. There was a few years before she passed away. She passed away after she did Bridesmaids. She had a cameo in that, and George Siegel passed away just recently, a few years ago. I miss him a lot. Got 8 days left until the month of April. I'm glad. I'm glad because March is so long. It's 31 days, and it's the weather's been up and down. The movie's almost over, guys. I know I'm not saying much. I just want to. I'm revisiting this. I hadn't seen the movie in many years. I bought this at Best Buy a long time ago, and before they got rid of the physical media. Best Buys are going to be gone soon, and that's fine. I had a lot of great memories. First time I went to a Best Buy was in the mid '90s, and the last time I went was a month ago. You're a beautiful girl, Anne Hathaway. I love you so much. She proved that she's not just a Disney princess. She can actually act and be very very appealing, physically and mentally. April May I could make it for Women's Month. Well, April is not going to be Women's Month anymore. It'll be a different it's romantic. It's got some tragedy in it, but it works. It's not Les Mis where everything is depressing, and I mean everything. It's not one moment of like peace because I celebrate women all year. Yeah, I do too, Josh. I'm going to review a lot of movies with women in April, but it's not going to be Women's Month. It's a month I want to do something different. Senior citizens. There she is. Yeah, this is the ending. It's a good movie. I think it was overlooked. The Oscars give all the academies to All the Academy Awards to movies that are way more depressing than this and are longer and way more dramatic and depressing, and just uncomfortable sometimes. We get it. Prejudice sucks. We get it. I got that decades ago when movies like Amistad was or Schindler's List were nominated for Oscars. I get it. Prejudice sucks. Hotel Rwanda and The Last King of Scotland. I get it. I get it. Trust me, as a person of color, I get it. You saw that doing sign language. Yeah, if I kissed her on the cheek, what was gonna is her husband gonna punch me in the face? I mean, you never know with these fans. Sometimes they get way more emotional. This is a nice scene. It ends. Oh, she's so cute. She has those large, friendly eyes. I like these old people. They're not in the film that much, but they can act too. See, old doesn't mean useless. J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson, they can act. That's why Gil Kennan made the original cast act in the movie, so they can do it. Now, you wouldn't get punched. I'm sure husbands will be okay with them. They're not overprotective. No, because I put my arm around Amy Jo Johnson and Olivia Wilde, and they felt safe in my arms because I'm a guy and I treat women like a delicate little flower. So they're watching it like it's a soap opera. I get it, man. These two people sell it. There's that song again. So good, man. They sell it. Oh, you're so sweet. Those tears are real, man. You can't fake that. There's a reason she won an Oscar, guys, and Margot didn't, or Kristen Stewart. It's a good movie. I think the acting sells it. That's why I didn't say much. Caitlin Cron would get her an Oscar, Josh, just in something that's not horror related. That was Love and Other Drugs, guys. An hour and 47 minutes. Not too long. Could have been cut a little bit. It's not a downbeat ending, at least, because for Fault in Our Stars, I will never do a podcast for that because it'll just make me cry for days. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad you were there, being emotionally strong for me, because this is a really hard film to get through if if you suffer from this disease. But at least I don't, and but I've been through a lot of my this year, but I'm gonna get through it because we got a spring coming up. We got the months of spring that are gonna matter, like April and May, and summer's not far away. So I'm very happy about that. So I would recommend watching this at least once. If you can't handle it, I can understand, but it was overlooked at the Oscars. It's a really good film, and it's aged well. It's 14 years old, and I think Anne Hathaway and Jake Gyllenhaal really sell it. So thanks for watching, guys. Acknowledge me, like I always say, and I'll see you guys in the next one.